recently, some people who should know better said that Nigeria is now worse off than it was 10 years ago. Now, let me take your minds back to what was happening 10 years ago.
Daddy Freeze, Judas only betrayed Jesus because Reno Mokri was not around. Reno Mokri has children from about 2 women. Where are his wives? No, hold on. No, that is what I want to talk about. Where are his wives and children? So if Nigeria is that safe, why should you, an ambassadorial nominee, begin to shuffle between continents and then you do not know that this country is safe enough to keep your personal family? When you even Sheyi Tinubu, who was standing beside there, was so shocked that he no believe saying "Nine Papa they do the thing where Reno they talk say do so." May no country have the misfortune of having characters unstable as Reno Mokri occupy anywhere around public office. May we not get to the point where psychophancy is dragged so far that it becomes psychophancy even with human life. I'm shocked that Reno Mokri is not here. The information I heard was that he was supposed to be here. So that we can have a civil conversation about Nigeria. Do you know the motivation and the welfare of an average Nigerian officer who is fighting? Their feeding budget per day, breakfast 1,000, lunch 1,000, dinner 2,000, then the total is 3,000 per day. So the person who is a terrorist is even more motivated than the soldier who is fighting to defend his own country. Yes, please hold on. Let me land. Tinubu and Buhari are each other's legacies. They complement each other in failure and they have a covenant with incompetence. Within the first 1 year of the Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration, more than 4,500 Nigerians were killed according to SBM report. More than 7,000 kidnaps. We have a national security advisor today in the country who will tell you that there are some terrorists who want peace and that we must show understanding. There is a direct policy from the office according to report of the NSA where we have negotiations and payments. It has cascaded to state level.
And the town was like, we'll release those girls, please don't engage us. I can speak to Kebbi because I was on ground in Kebbi.
Okay, the terrorists pleaded with government not to engage
you
them.
See, let me explain something to you. What would they have profited Nigeria as a nation, Bola Ahmed Tinubu as a government, to have allowed a bloodshed because you want to sound good in the eyes of some Nigerians?
If Nigeria does not come together and end the APC reign of terror in this country, APC will be the end of Nigeria as it is as an egalitarian society or supposed to be. The problem we have is with insecurity in Nigeria. If you take away the political wing of terrorism and banditry, you have solved it by 50%.
Defenders and supporters of Tinubu, it shows that they don't have sense. They are not intelligent from top to bottom. From Reno Mokri to this one that is talking. You can imagine saying that, because Nigeria, Tinubu wants to please the people, then there will be no collateral damage. This is what we have been hearing. And that is why you pamper these people, you pay them, because you now say you want to rescue people, you pay them and you rescue they give you the victims. At the end of the day, they will still go back again. It will not be a vicious circle. They will kidnap, you will pay, they will release them. Nothing will be done to the bandits, and you are thinking and you expect the insecurity to be well addressed. These guys don't know what they are saying, honestly speaking. Can you see that Tinubu does not have a sensible people? Not because they are not sensible, but because they are sycophants. That is why those people he has been bringing to support him or to defend him, they don't have what it takes to defend him, because the reality is set before every Nigerian. I don't know whether Randy Peter is speaking for Peter Obi or the other guy, this Idris, that came to this same podcast the other time, that really flogged Sheyi Law. At the end of the day, the whole Nigeria came for him and he had to apologize because what he was saying was nonsense. And that was the same thing Reno Mokri was trying to address. Sheyi Tinubu is not even an intelligent person. I'm even surprised they're calling me barrister. That guy is not intelligent. Street-wise, book-wise, in everything. You can see he's just as young as he is. Somebody was even telling him that you say you studied in the UK. Is that how things are being done there? The same pattern of politics your father has been playing, dirty, stinking policies. The same thing you too. You are copying. Stood beside the Reno. Even Randy Peter said that Sheyi Tinubu is even surprised that Reno was saying that his father did all of that. It's not even intelligent. That was like he was coming the other day. My father. They want to come for my father. You can't hear him speak or say constructive things or make a constructive statement, but that being said. So like I said, whether Peter or the Idris, whether they are speaking for the opposition or they are speaking for Obi, it is not even the way, it is not even what we are even going to be debating here. But what they stand for is speaking for an average Nigerian. So at the end of the day, of course we know that they have some sort of affiliation, or the last time they supported Peter Obi, but I think at this stage it's totally different, because they didn't go there to represent Obi, but those who have been coming to that podcast, they are Tinubu's one thing or the other. They are holding one position or the other. You see that they are not intelligent, and like I said, they might be intelligent, but because of their greed, it has really reduced them to nothing. Because of their sycophancy, because of their greed, because of whatever reason that is making them supporting this government, and it will not be far-fetched that they are getting or gaining something from them. That is why they are in that camp, and they cannot defend anything. The whole truth is glaring, and I've said it, and some people will agree to that. Why some people are still in that school of thought that all this money that Tinubu is just wasting here and there, going through whether governors or some representatives or doing city boys and spending that money, trying to coerce people or few individuals. It's not going to work. Do something, work. You don't even need to be going through the back door. Do the work, and the people will see, the people themselves will come out. Figures don't lie. Figures don't lie. Let me tell you, the opposition in Abia State now, they can't even withstand those who are outside Abia. I'm not talking about the residents. I'm not talking about the indigenes of Abia State. But those who are outside Abia State, they are the ones that can even defend. Like I said, let's forget about those who are even living in Abia State, who can really testify. But those who are not from that area, they will be able to stand and face the opposition in Abia State, because they can see figures and facts. They can see the evidence of what Alex Otti is doing in Abia State. Not to talk of when you want to now ask those who are living there, what are their experiences concerning the governance of Alex Otti. Tinubu is just wasting his time. When they talk of strategy, because when you are criminally minded, you can do and undo. You don't have conscience. Then you can, because you want to outsmart or outdo somebody, you'll be looking for ways just to bring the person, not in a positive way, but in a negative way. Then you come out and tell me that somebody who has those baggages, you tell me is a strategist. Make una dey play. So guys, let's hear your opinion and have your take on this. Thank you.